If you're looking at ways to reduce the clutter but don't know where to start and you're feeling overwhelmed, you are not alone. It is very normal. So let's go through some easy wins for decluttering in some of the key areas around your home. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and I will be honest with you, I have very much felt overwhelmed by clutter. Having a huge amount of stuff around my home had a huge impact on how I felt. My well-being was just not where it should have been, and I just felt stressed. And what I didn't realise is that the clutter was a big impact on that. And since decluttering my home, and that took time, let's be honest, it's a journey, not a destination. It made such a difference to how I felt in my own home and in my life generally, because I feel like I'm on top of things. It's easy to tidy, easy to clean, and I'm just on it now with stuff. And it doesn't take much for me to get back and do a reset should I feel like I have let things slide for a few days. So let's talk some practical strategies to tackle the clutter so that we can feel calm and collected within our spaces. Let's start by talking about organising the kitchen. I have a very small kitchen, and for me, any amount of clutter is too much clutter. So it can very much create a stressful environment, even if the odd dish is left on the side. So it really does mount up when you have a very small space to work with. So let's talk some easy wins. The first thing you can do is go through the fridge and freezer, clear out anything that is not going to be used, that you do not like, or items that are way past their date you've had for too long. Now you want to go through the food cupboards. This is a great task to do while you're in the middle of cooking dinner. You can get one shelf out at a time, go through it and put it back with the oldest item at the front so you know that you're going to use it, and the newest item at the back, so that you are working with a rotation of items and you're more likely to use things up and not let them expire. And as you're going through, get rid of any old items, expired items, or items that you don't think you will eat, because either you don't like it or it's just not what you are enjoying at the minute. These are good items to donate to friends and family or to a food bank. And as you're putting things back, try and organise things in a easy to use manner. So if you've got lots of little packets and they're difficult to get in and out, then actually a clear container is really going to help organise that for you. Have you got a lazy season for your spices so that you can easily access them? Do you need to have containers for jams and peanut butter, etc., so it's an easy grab situation? Do you need pasta within containers as well? I always find that quite helpful. And I've also got some baskets which I find quite helpful for the top shelf. They are easier to get down and easier to put back up. So think about your containers that you're using within the shelving units. This is going to make it easier to see things and easier to keep things tidy. And with those containers, you might want to have some labels on them. Some things are usually quite self-explanatory, like I don't have labels for pasta because you can see through the container and see exactly which pasta it is. But there might be some other items that you might want to put some labels on, including maybe an expiry date as well, should that be relevant. And with baking trays, be realistic about the kind of items that you are cooking on a regular basis. Any trays that you haven't used in the last year or that are really damaged, these are ones to let go of. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and press subscribe and press the bell for notifications so you know when I upload my next video. And any like, comment and share is very much appreciated. It helps my videos to be seen by more people that might need them, as the algorithm does work against us. So sharing the love is very much appreciated. Now let's talk about the wardrobe. The wardrobe is an area that you access every single day. Or maybe it's an area that you cannot access every single day because it is so full to the brim that you don't know where to find anything. This is going to be an easy win for feeling calmer and stress-free, especially in the mornings and the evenings when you're looking through that wardrobe space. Because I should imagine if you've got a busy wardrobe, you probably have piles of clothes as well, or on chairs within your bedroom or at the end of the bed. This is something that I'm sometimes guilty of, piling clothes up, because I've worn them and I feel like they need another wear before washing, etc. You need to have systems in place, and that will eliminate that build-up of clutter around the bedroom as well. And the easiest strategy that I would suggest for clothing is to look at one category at a time. So get all of that category out. For example, if you want to go through your t-shirts, you would get all the t-shirts that you can find, lay them all out so that you can easily see them, immediately get rid of anything that doesn't fit or that is no longer suiting your style and anything that's damaged. Now go through it and see if you've got any similar items. Have you got duplicates, or have you got things that are uncomfortable to wear? Now this is when you refine it down and keep only your absolute favourites that you wear on a regular basis, because the other ones are just collecting dust or filling up your cupboards and not being used. These are good items either to donate or sell. And when you're pushing things back, invest in practical storage solutions. Have you got dividers within your drawers? Have you got ways to contain items so that they are easy to see exactly what you have? Make sure that you've got hangers that are suitable for the items, and organise your hangers in a easy to view way. So I have mine items colour coordinated that are hung up. So all of the jackets are together and they will be in rainbow colour order. Then I've got all my jumpers together in rainbow colour order. Then I've got my shirts together in rainbow colour order. It sounds silly, but actually it makes it really quick to find what I need. So if I know that I'm looking for a particular top and I know it's blue, I know exactly where that is in the cupboard, rather than having to sift through all the different shirts to try and spot it. It's easier to find because my eye is drawn to the blue immediately in each category. The next step is to carve out some decluttering time. This is really key to keeping on top of the clutter and reducing the clutter in your home. You need that little time every day to chip away at that clutter. And this is why I share little acts of decluttering on my social media. So you can find me there and you can follow along daily for a little reminder of a little area. And I also have my book, Little Acts of Decluttering. Here is said book, Little Acts of Decluttering. And it shares with you the little areas that you can work through. And then it also has handy checklists that you can tick off at the end of each area. So this is a great way of working through your whole home, and it will help you get through the clutter. It's available on Amazon and on Waterstones online. So decide when is an appropriate time for you to declutter. Is it going to be at the weekend where you have a couple of hours that you can just blitz a little area? Or is it that you're going to do 5 minutes every single day, or you're going to find one item every single day until you start getting comfortable with the decluttering process? And let me tell you, the more you declutter, the easier it gets to make those harder decisions about which items to keep and which to let go of. As you start decluttering, your resilience and your thinking time is much more reduced, and it's much easier to make those harder decisions because you have had that practice. You've built up your decluttering skills on those easier items and on those gentle one-a-day items that when it becomes a bigger job, you're then able to deal with it much more easily. And you also want to make decluttering part of your routine longer term. This is going to keep those decluttering habits ongoing, and it means that you're going to keep the clutter at bay. So regularly go through junk mail, regularly deal with things as and when you come across them will mean that you have a better, stress-free, decluttered home. And you want to start small. Start small, and those little wins are going to be the key to success. Choose one little area, one focus at a time, and work through that area and do a really good job of that area before you move on. You'll also then see results quickly because you'll have finished a particular area and you'll be able to see the benefits in each area as you work through them. And my next tip is to get the family involved. Make it a whole process. Get the children to understand why decluttering is important and the cycle of toys and how things work, that actually we don't keep things forever and there are certain things that it's okay to let go of because that makes room for new items within our lives. And it's going to make the experience more enjoyable if you're teaching those sustainability skills as well, because as they understand decluttering and letting go of items, they become more mindful about the items that they bring back into their lives. So they will be more mindful about the kind of items they want or what they find enjoyable, and it will just mean that they are creating those more sustainable habits rather than just having masses of things and thinking that that's normal and that's okay. And finally, you want to make sure that you've got some simple morning and evening routines. Routines are quite key to keeping a clutter-free home, and I make sure that my evening routine is a really strong one, so that I have a really straightforward and stress-free routine in the morning. So my evening routine is my key one, and that one includes making sure the counters are clear, that the washing is done, as in the washing up is done, and that I do not have anything left out, that it's just put away. And when you've got less stuff, that's a really quick routine. Like, my tidy up routine is probably 5-10 minutes max, and some days I can get away with doing very little because I've kept on top of things. So it really does make a difference when you have decluttered, and the benefits will be worth it because that tidy up session at the end of the night is really quick. I also make sure that my meal prep is done for the next day. So when I get up in the morning, it's just a case of getting myself ready, getting my son ready, and having breakfast and getting dressed. That is all we have to do. We don't have to find things. I've already got things prepared for the next day from the night before. So I don't have that extra stuff to deal with because I've already kind of got systems in place. Embarking on a decluttering journey might feel overwhelming at first, but it is absolutely a journey that is worth taking. Decluttering, reducing the amount of stuff, is really going to have a positive impact on your well-being, your mental health. It's going to feel calmer, less stressful, you'll be less anxious, and it will feel a bit more of a breeze at home. Easier to manage, easier to clean. And remember, progress is still progress, no matter how small. Keep decluttering. It will be worth it in the end. And I should be back for more videos soon on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care. Bye.